So we're still on the conversation of the listing presentation, and I will tell you this same conversation that we're having about the listing presentation can also apply to the buyer's presentation. So no matter who you're talking to, if you're doing a presentation, there are a few ways that you can mess it up, and I just want to go ahead and share those things with you in order to kind of prevent you from making the mistakes. I feel like if I can share with you the holes, the potholes, the pitfalls up front, then you can kind of notice when you're about ready to approach that, and you can navigate around it. In other words, there's no reason to fall in the same hole, or there's no reason to fall in a hole if you know it's there. So I'm going to kind of share with you a few holes that are there, and I'm just hoping that you'll avoid them. As always, you can see that I'm following my script. I practice what I preach. I feel like you should be following your scripts on presentations. So let's get started. The number one to mess up a listing presentation is to just wing it. Do not go into a presentation unprepared, just winging it. If you are not willing to prepare for your presentation, then you probably shouldn't be going on a presentation. Heck, if you're not willing to spend the time to prepare, then don't go. Give it to somebody else in the agency, because the consumer, they deserve more. They deserve somebody who is prepared, who has market knowledge, who understands exactly what needs to be done in order to complete a transaction. So don't wing it. Have your scripts. Know what price. Know what you're going to suggest. Have an outline of what you're going to do during that presentation. Just don't go in there and wing it. And I will tell you this. At this point, you're probably understanding that we believe as a company that you need to be trained in order to be a top producer. But unfortunately, what you don't know is, as an industry, a lot of real estate agents don't really care if they're trained or not. In other words, I can assure you, if there was 10 appointments, 10 presentations were conducted, at least 7 of the 10 would be by some agent who is winging it. They actually wouldn't even have a formal presentation, and that is not right. Would you want your doctor to just wing it when they were actually going to talk to you about doing a surgery on you? Of course not. You'd have no confidence in them, and you would get up and leave immediately. And that's exactly what the clients are going to do if that's what you're doing. The second thing you can do is you can just talk too much. Listen, the presentation is not about you. It's not about how good you are. It's not about what you've done in the past. It's not about your dog. It's not about your family. It's not about their family. It's not about their dog. It's not about what they've done in the past. It's not what they're doing right now. The only thing this presentation is about is, what are they looking to accomplish? Why are they looking to accomplishment? What is their motivation? And how are you going to help them accomplish it? See, you're the solution to something that they are trying to solve. Whether it's buying a bigger house, buying a smaller house, selling because of a job relocation, or just selling because they need to, move in with an in-law or something like that. Who knows exactly what their situation is? But you better, before you go over the presentation, and you got to make sure that you just stay on script, stay on point, don't get too far off of the script and be there for 2 hours. A good listing presentation or buyer presentation should not take more than about 30 minutes. If you're taking more than 30 or 45 minutes on a presentation, then I promise you, you are talking too much. So avoid that, because that is one way you can mess up a good presentation. And then the last thing, number 3, and this one's it's just amazing, and studies are done on this. But the one way to mess up a good presentation is you fail to ask for the business. You fail to ask for the listing. You go, you prepare, you dress for success, you have market knowledge, you prepare. You go out there, you can handle objections with confidence. You've done everything that you're supposed to do to nail the presentation. It's showtime. You've done what you need to do to nail the presentation. You stayed on script. And in the end of your presentation, you forget to ask for the business. You forget to simply say, Mr. Seller, I'm ready to get started. Are you ready to get started? Or, hey, let's go ahead and get started. Why don't you go ahead and fill out the paperwork? Please give me your signature. Just a simple ending to a great presentation is all that's necessary. But 9.9%, 9.2%, I should say, not 9%, 90%, over 90% of the presentations that real estate agents conduct, they fail to ask for the listing. If you do everything that you were supposed to do, then there should be no problem asking for the listing. And the person who asks for the listing will get the listing. So, to sum it up real quick, 3 ways to mess up a listing presentation. Just wing it. Be unorganized. Don't prepare, just wing it. The second thing, talk too much. You know, here's the deal. Listen to them. Ask them questions. Stop talking. Number 3 is ask for the listing, because if you don't, that's a way to mess it up. So you can mess it up by not asking for the listing. Listen, I am on your side. I'm rooting for you 100%. I'm going to push you. I'm going to drive you. I'm going to train you. I'm going to provide the resources necessary for you to be successful. Please follow the training, continue through the training program, and let us know if we can do anything to help you.